Hello, everyone. It's Michael Jaco with Unleashing Intuition Secrets. So many of us, over the last 4 years more, that we started to reveal about the COVID bioweapon lie. We have, disclosed a lot of that over the years. There's been other people that have been disclosing that. The number of people, that are reliable and that actually have, informed us are small, minuscule, actually. One of those that has been doing an excellent job is David E. Martin. So doctor, and not only is he a doctor in medicine, but also has a degree in law. So that works out very good, and did work out very good for us because he informed us on a great level during the COVID pandemic. Many people were, tricked into getting the COVID bioweapon shot. Many people died from that. In fact, there were more people that probably died from the COVID shot than actually died from COVID itself. And those people are still dying. And then, we were told that, the unvaccinated were a threat to the people that were vaccinated, which is beyond belief. But that's what we were told. And that all of us that hadn't been vaccinated would die within a short period of time. Well, that proved to be wrong. And here we are, many of us that weren't vaccinated. Now, I had a dream the other night where I lived a very long life. It was showed to me that at 62, and then there was a +1. There was like a something happened there. So at 62, there was a thing that happened where someone tried to infect me, and I almost died. And I talked about that in many shows. And then the +1 was where there was another attempt to infect me with another bioweapon, but that failed as well. And then I saw that I would live for another 65 years from that period. So that puts me well into the 120, which I remote viewed. I saw myself living to 120 plus. So it's interesting, and this was showed to me. Actually, my son, who's actually unfortunately departed, came and showed me that. So very, very interesting. A lot of the things that we have gone through, over the last several years, the people that actually did get the shot, and then the multiple shots afterwards were more of a threat than anything else. The COVID itself was not that much of a threat. It was like a bad case of the flu. Yes, a lot of people died from it, but a lot of people die from the flu every year. This was a bad case of the flu, COVID-19. And then it was used as an excuse to get people to vaccinate. And when the people started getting vaccinated, that's when the death rates really started to skyrocket. And then they said, well, more and more people have to be vaccinated, and everyone has to be vaccinated. If you work for the federal government, you must get vaccinated. And then those people that tried to get, I want to get a stay of having to be executed by the COVID-19 shot. And there was like, no, you can't, say that it's religious exemption. There's no exemptions. And then some people still were able to get them, but very, very few, probably 1%. So very, very unfortunate time in American history. Dr. David Martin was there the whole time, like I and several other people were, informing people, do not get that. Do not get that shot. I said it before the actual vaccine came out because I'd heard that it was going to be contaminated and very, very much a threat. So, here we are many years later, unfortunately, and, I think the death toll is well into the millions, multiple millions of people that are dying from having died from the vaccination and are getting turbo cancers and heart problems and all kind of stuff that comes with the spike protein that basically was inserted into us, DNA tampering, manipulation that came with that shot, basically tearing down our immune systems and so forth. And then those people that were vaccinated, shed upon us. They were actually the threat. not the unvaccinated. The unvaccinated were threatened by the people that were vaccinated, and still are. All right, so it's still an incredible moment in history. It still is being discovered by a lot of people, unfortunately, that don't realize, the severity of that bioweapon attack that was used against humanity throughout the world. All right. So Dr. David E. Martin, like I said, has been cutting edge and relaying information to us, and he has been right on all of the stuff that he has revealed. 100% right. So I talked about this several probably weeks ago, where he came out and said that July 4th was going to be an event, and I get that feeling as we get closer to that. I get that feeling that I used to get, still get them when I was in combat zones and it was an extreme threat, right? I feel that right now, right? I've been feeling that, and I'm trying to move into a situation that's going to put me and my family in a better location for what I think might be coming. Right. So let's look at what Dr. David Martin is talking about, and let's pray that this actually doesn't transpire. That maybe through prayer we can turn the tide on this and turn it around. So I don't know. We'll have to see. I think that there's going to be something that's going to go down. Now, it could be that event that we've talked about for many years, for a very, very long time, actually, where, basically, everything gets shut down. The whole world gets shut down, and we're basically informed, what's really going on. And I hope that doesn't happen either. I hope that we just continue on with our lives and nothing really transpires. Well, let's listen to the first part of this.
These are not speculations. I'm literally reading off the page. And people sit back and go, well, they certainly wouldn't be doing that. Well, I don't know. How are we doing so far? Our batting average so far is I've been right about these things every single time.
So he's been right about these things every single time, and he is quite correct, unfortunately. In this, because this is a scenario that was built, and we know that Agenda 2021 was a scenario that they built too, and that basically worked out exactly how they said it was going to work out. So here's one where they are talking about a bioterrorist attacks of July 4th, 2025. Joint inquiry into administration congressional actions before and during the bioterrorist attack. So this is the scenario is basically going into the bioterrorist attack after the fact. So it seems like the scenario unwinds where most people are unaware that it's actually happening. So it says the U.S. House of Representatives Permanent Select Committee on Intelligence and U.S. Senate Select Committee on Intelligence. So it goes on to the infectious agent they used killed at least 280,000 Americans and infected at least 400,000 throughout the country in a single day, July 4th. In addition to the 200,000 dead, and 800,000 sickened animals. These numbers will increase as the disease spreads. Many of our own colleagues and staff here in Congress fell ill and died. Coordinated attacks in allied nations in the days that followed killed tens of thousands more. So it goes on to talk about this. It says laboratory tests confirm that Nipah virus caused the disease. Could be anything. It's whatever they have in there. They do gain of function. They did gain of function in Ukraine. They did gain of function in Wuhan. They used to do gain of function here in America, and in some universities have done certain parts of this gain of function. So it is not something new. We all are aware of this on a massive level now. It says, what methods our adversaries use our adversaries. So this is, a gaming event, just like Agenda 2021 was. So they said, used to infect humans and spread the disease among livestock in rural communities. Now, we know that they want to, the deep state, they want to destroy our food supply. Now, this is one of the reasons why I believe, staying alert, making sure you have plenty of food and water that can last you for a good period of time is very necessary. We've talked about this for years. I think most people already have this, but over the next several days, probably going up to July 4th would probably be a good time to just make sure you're topped off, right? So animals and people were sick for more than a month before we realized what had happened. So up to July 4th, people are already sickened, it sounds like. While the virus is in the same family as other common human and animal viruses, most American veterinarians and physicians had never seen Nipah virus before, which delayed recognition. The virus, which in nature does not spread easily among people, was genetically modified, gain of function, to increase its ability to spread from animal to animal, animal to person, and person to person. Just like they said COVID was, right? It came from bats. So whatever. All right. While still retaining a mortality rate of over 40%. Mortality rate of 40%. So that means, like some of the Deagle report stuff that we've seen, where there's massive numbers of people that die in this year, in the upper levels of the percentage ranges, like that, 40% or even more. So are these, and before Trump even came in, there was some doctor that was warning, just like we had, remember Fauci said when Trump comes in office, before Trump came in office, he's going to get a bioweapon attack. Fauci said that, right? So we've had another doctor, many of us have brought this up, which said the same thing before Trump came in, right? So we know that they play these games. They played these games for a very long time. And I'm not fear-mongering. I'm just bringing attention to something just like I did during COVID. Just like I did before COVID became a problem, I started sounding the alarm before, right? So I've been sounding the alarm that I feel something's coming. Even while COVID was raging, I said, this is not the one that is going to be the problem. It's going to be the next one that will be the problem. So where and when that next one is remains to be seen. Unfortunately, it could be July 4th. It sounds like they're gaming it out. There's lots of warnings. I also look at psychics. Psychics are warning there's something up, and they're warning that it's coming soon, like real soon, right? So we need to be very vigilant. It's like COVID-19. I started warning about it, and that didn't mean that because I'm warning about it, it's not going to happen, right? Just like I'm saying right now, just because I'm warning, there's a possibility of the July 4th attack that may come or may have even started, just like they have in that scenario. It's already started. It's already spreading. And then on July 4th, that's when it really hits. I don't know. It could be gamed out. It could have been discovered and stopped. It's a possibility. Let's hope and pray that is the case, right? Now let's go into some other areas. I want to cover, the basically what we are seeing in America. So America, has some serious challenges as far as like waking the people up, and that's one of the things I try and do, and what other people try to do. All right, so let's look at some other information. I was looking at this today. This actually came out a little while ago. This is Danny Jones. He's on YouTube. He's this particular podcast he had 9 months ago, back in September, with this one gentleman named Neil Sindiak. He has a YouTube channel that's called Gnostic Informant. I went over there and checked that out. Let's just click on that and check that out. So Gnostic Informant. All right, it's got some really good info in here. I'm definitely going to dive down into this, but let's look at
before that there was another paradigm shift.
Two gentlemen
I think
we're talking about. All right, so this is a very awakening type of stuff, because our country has been put together by a group of people, Masonic and so forth. We know that the all-seeing eye of the dollar bill, and all of the temples that are out there around America, the Masonic symbolism everywhere. The French Masonic, the French helped us during the Revolutionary War, and the ties with the French and Masonic stuff, it goes a long way. Kind of like the Statue of Liberty, which we're going to talk about here in a second, built by a Mason for America and put on a star fort. We're going to talk about the star forts. St. Petersburg's got a star fort. There's star forts all over the world, and they weren't just made by the local communities. They were already there. So there's a lot of stuff that's being hidden from us, and a lot of manipulation that goes on out there. Star Spangled Banner, Fort McHenry was a star fort, right? So and the Statue of Liberty is on a star fort. So lots of different things. So we're going to listen to this one, song that a lot of you guys are going to recognize. I don't want to give it away yet, but when you hear it, you're going to be like, what? What? So let's jump into this.
It was 1940.
Okay.
It was in the beginning of the World War II.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Full screen that bitch.
I got it.
Wurde von unseren Truppen in Paris entdeckt. Die internationalen
International
Freimaurer
Freemasons.
umgaben sich auch hier mit
While hiding behind a
indischer
mask.
Symbolik und albernem Prunk. Hinter diesem
All right, so here's the tie with the French. So the Germans, when they came into France, Paris, and so forth, they came into their government offices, and they had Mithras, which is the Roman god, sun god. The Romans actually brought the Mithras mysteries from Persia. All right, what's going on with Persia now? So all these little tie-ins that we're going to see, and a lot of stuff that's here, guys, but we awaken to this stuff. It doesn't control us anymore. Just like once I started, and many other people like David Martin, started to inform everybody about the COVID lie. Not everybody fell for that. Unfortunately, 70-80% of people in the United States did. But and around the world, some countries got almost 100%. People vaccinated. So it is what it is. Some people will, fall for these lies. Some people will just go along because everybody else is going along with it. They don't know any better, right? Some people are NPCs and they just do what they're told to do, right? So this is a very awakening video. So highly recommend this, Danny Jones. Let's listen to a little bit more. If you guys can't hear this, let me know.
Tarnung verbargen sie jene großen politischen und wirtschaftlichen Transaktionen, die einer kleinen Clique von Plutokraten,
Investors who fund. That's Mithras right there.
riesige Gewinne verschafften. Ganze Völker aber den Elend
It's a
preisgaben.
statue of Mithras. Okay. So that was broadcasted on German television in the 1940s, basically going, look, the saviors of Germany went into this evil Freemasonic Illuminati world order. And look at all these idols of Mithras everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see the Freemason symbols on the top, the skull and bones, all that stuff.
Yeah.
This is real. That's a real place in France. So they're not lying about going into their judiciary building and finding all these iconography. But what I'm more interested in is, so that really was in France. That's Mithras. That's really there in France, in Paris.
Who's Mithras?
Mithras is the.
All right, so that's Mithras. That's a little, insight into Mithras. It is very, very interesting. So Mithras, it's got 7 rays. Statue of Liberty has 7 rays. When you see, pictures and so forth, throughout the Renaissance time, where they show Jesus and other, Christed beings, they have 7 rays. There's so many different things that we could talk about as far as the Mithras information. But what I want you guys to see is that there is, the Mithras there's a lot of crazy stuff that's going on. So we need to be aware of everything that's out there. And this is one of the things that we can focus on and get more information on.
Is drawing heavily from the Mithraic mysteries, heavily. The initiation cult, the cult of brotherhood, fraternity, Mithras, the Phrygian cap on the top left.
And Mithras means contract?
Contract. So the Phrygian cap on the top left, you'll see this with the goddess Minerva, who's the goddess of liberty. And her paintings are all over the place. Lady Liberty, Phrygian cap. And then, so notice beneath the Phrygian cap on the top left, there's the 7 rays crown. And what is that? A torch.
A torch and a whip.
Maybe
that's Amon's whip.
Yeah. So notice how the crown has 7 rays.
Yeah.
And it's a torch. That's Libertas. And so it's called Heliodramus, the sun runner. That's what they call it. And it's a symbol of liberty and the sun. So is the statue.
All right, so you guys aren't seeing the video. Let me go back here and look at this. So my screen, you should be seeing it. So anyway, let me see if I can pull up some other stuff. Let me exit out of this. Let me see how this is showing up on the YouTube information. But all right, so looks like it's showing up over here. No video. You heard it. All right, so let me see if I can bring it back up. So you can't see it either, Tracy? All right, let me bring the window back up. All right, so you guys seeing the window now? Let me know if you're seeing it. It's a little glitchy, I guess. No? Oh, good. We heard it. No, you're not seeing it. No video on YouTube Premium. All right. Let me try to figure out what's going on here. So maybe I just need to exit out. Anyway, so this video basically has lots of information on Mithras and the Statue of Liberty and how that basically has affected, much of our country. So do you guys have
people have said 5x5 micro video and sound. Audio was great.
So you guys
Video did hear, but I don't know. They're messing with you.
5x5 video and sound. Audio was good. We just see you. All right, so heard it, no video. So
Happens. Moving on.
all right, Tracy, let me know what you're getting. Can you see the video right now?
No.
You don't see it? Okay. All right, so it's a problem on my end then. Let me go. Oh, I think I see. I was in a different screen. All right. Now let's see if I can get this squared away. Well, that's good. You guys are hearing it. So now you're going to see it. All right. So how about now? See the video now, Trace?
I don't, but yes.
All right. Here we go, guys.
Of liberty, Mithraic? Yes, I do believe so. Is it also the goddess Libertas? Yes. I think you can have both. I don't think it's black and white. The last thing I want to show you on this is look up the Phrygian cap Liberty. Click on the Phrygian, yeah, click on that where it says P. Yeah. Now go to images.
Nope. Oh, sorry. So why did I do that?
Yeah. Remember we saw that Phrygian cap, right?
Yeah. Look
That's
at that.
the symbol of liberty. Keep going down. Just skim through all these paintings of liberty. There it is right there. That's the French Revolution.
Okay.
And they're wearing Phrygian caps.
Yeah.
So that's a Mithraic hat. So okay, what I'm leading up to
All right. So what he's pointing out is that you have the French Revolution, of course, the American Revolution. American Revolution came first, and the French Revolution, and then later we had the Russian Revolution. So all these revolutions happening around the same time frame. And when you look at the solar system, the way the planets line up, and the time frame and everything that was lined up back during those revolutions is here again. And they only happened so many times, but the last time this type of heavenly bodies aligned and so forth was during the American Revolution. So we're going through that same time frame. Now this time, I think it would be important for us to see the manipulations that come in and stop them. So we're starting to see all of the things that the deep state does. Symbolism will be their downfall. So we have to look at all of the things that they do to manipulate and not get entrapped by them this time.
thing at here is you have these. Now we have to play the Anacreontic song, the one I was telling you about, because this is going to blow your mind.
Okay, how do we find it?
Go down. There it is. Okay, click on the Anacreontic song right there.
The link.
Yeah, and you're gonna play it. But I want to play the one that I gave you because it sounds way better than this.
Okay, I sent it to you.
Actually, let's just play it. Just play the one here.
Okay.
This is how it goes. Published in 1778, written in 1773. What was going on back then?
All right, so it was written in 1773. All right, so when was the Star Spangled Banner supposedly, contrived during the bombing of Fort McHenry by the British? So this obviously was a song before that time frame. So if it was a song before that time frame, how was it worked in to be our song? Huh? So the information that's coming through is pretty good.
What does this song remind you of?
Oh, say, can you see?
What if I told you those are not the lyrics? Those are not the lyrics.
Those are not the lyrics. You're going to see and hear the original lyrics now.
All right. Now play the video. Play the video that I gave you. I don't think you gave it to him though, because I saw it in that list. It wasn't there.
It wasn't there?
Yeah.
How do we find it on
So
YouTube?
I will send
The
you
bomb
the link right now, and then you can send it to him. Does that work?
Perfect.
All right. All right. Before you play it, let me just explain. Let me just say something real quick.
Yep.
This is the original lyrics of the Star Spangled Banner that we all know today and love.
Yes. Okay.
This was written in 1773, and it was published in 1778, and it was one of the biggest songs that the revolutionary Americans were listening to. Let's play it.
To Anacreon in heaven, where he sat in full glee, a few sons of Harmony he sent a petition that he their inspirer and patron would be. When this answer arrived from the jolly old Grecian, voice, fiddle, and flute no longer be mute. I'll lend you my name and inspire you to boot. And besides, I'll instruct you like me to entwine the myrtle of Venus with Bacchus's vine.
No, Jesus.
All right, so Bacchus's vine. All right, so this is an important part that we need to be aware of. So obviously, this was created before the Star Spangled Banner, and the words are nothing like the Star Spangled Banner, but the lyrics are. I mean, the music is. It's the same. How about that? How about that? That's pretty interesting, right? So all of these different things that we're starting to discover and unearth. So great job to these guys. Now it's going to go a little bit deeper with this. Let me bump it up here a little bit. He's going to go into how this was actually also used at the Olympics. So a lot of us saw what we thought was them mocking the Last Supper. They weren't. That was Bacchus and the Mithras, or Lady Invictus, Libertas. This was something Lady Libertas was something the Romans had for 1,000 years. That statue is on top of the Capitol. And it's also supposedly represented there in New York Harbor. But that is a statue like I've talked about and was brought to our discovery and knowledge, from other sources, right? So this is getting good. So if we look at the different things that we're learning about the deep state and these Luciferians, because Statue of Liberty is basically Lucifer, and it's like what is going on here? Well, once you get over your shock of how they've manipulated all these things, you're like, okay, what else do we need to start looking at? And this is more. This is more of it.
That's why at the Olympics, that was Dionysus, not Jesus, in blue. You saw that?
The guy in blue was supposed to be Dionysus.
That was Dionysus.
Right. Jesus was the fat lady.
Jesus, there's the guy gas.
Type in just look up a picture of the opening ceremonies. We can see who's who. It's supposed to be a reincarnation or a reproduction of the Last Supper, right?
I don't think so. I think it's a painting about Dionysus.
No. I'm talking about the recent Olympic opening ceremony.
Yeah, I don't think it's supposed to be that. People thought it was.
Type in Dionysus after it. Right there. Okay. Yeah, right there. There you go. Yeah, right there.
Yes. Now I get why people think that.
Okay, so Bacchus, Dionysus, same. All right. So that song where they're singing of Bacchus, the Star Spangled Banner, not where they're singing of Bacchus, is basically bringing in these gods and goddesses of old into the now, and they're using them. There is no God involved in this. There is no Jesus involved in this. It's the old pagan gods and goddesses, and we've seen this with these Masonic groups and types. It's something that they do. Now they're not going to come out and tell us that it's not God and Jesus because they don't want to ruffle feathers. But it is. This is what it's all about. So they're basically in our face, lying to us about all of the things that we hold dear.
If there's some
the blue guy is supposed to be Dionysus.
Yeah. So if you look at
look at now the woman in the middle, right, with the crown. How many?
Here, this is it.
Look, she's got 7 rays on the crown, bro.
Yeah, I know.
All right, so he's learning. I used to teach. I teach this, have taught this for years. God, how long has it been? I guess like a decade. I've been teaching these courses. Those intuition courses that I have. I talk about all this stuff. how Dionysus and Mithras and all these things are interwoven, and we have to recognize them, and we can't get entrapped by them. So this is the power of learning about all these things, so we don't get entrapped in these lies and manipulations that are going on. So there's more. There is more. So let's look at Mithras. Mithras basically has 7 rays, just like they're talking about. 7 rays come out of his head. You look at a lot of pictures of Jesus. He'll have 7 rays coming out of his head. Mithras was celebrated on his birthday was celebrated September 20 or December 25th. All right, December 25th, and he supposedly was born from a rock, not from a virgin. He just popped out of a rock, full. And his claim to fame was something about killing a bull, right? And maybe it was a time frame because we go through cycles. We're coming into the Aquarian age. So during that, several thousand years ago was the fish or the bull, and then the fish, Piscean age, and Taurus age was the bull. So all these different things, they come up in over and over these cycles and cycles, and they bring them out, and they keep them going, and they lie to us, and they manipulate us. And it's like they're in our face with all these different things. Very frustrating. It's very frustrating. Now, this Mithras was sun worship. All right, so there's supposed to be a thing with the sun. And what day is Christianity? So Sun Day is when it's worshipped. All right, so Constantine, who supposedly brought this in, saw a lot of the reason why he became the emperor, Constantine the Great, was because he saw things from the sun. He saw visions and stuff from the sun, and everybody was following him as like, oh, he's like a visionary, and so they won. Of course, on his deathbed, supposedly, I don't know, I guess that was in Constantinople. I don't think that was in Rome, but wherever he died, supposedly, according to the Christians, the Catholics, he said, I convert to Catholicism, and I believe in Jesus. And it's like, really? So he was a sun worshiper. He was Mithraic, his whole life. But at the end, he saw the light and went with the 7 rays of Christ instead of Mithras. All right. So, all these things, that are being discovered, over time. Now, the Statue of Liberty, like we just talked about, being of Lucifer. We've talked about this. It is something that's frustrating. We have all this stuff in our face. So I want you guys to look at this. This is Satan summoning his legions. All right. So this was painted back in 1796-97. Of course, the Rothschild family has this in their home. So here it is. I want you guys to look at that strong jawline, the musculature of the arms, the stomach. But there's boobs. There's small boobs here, right? And I don't know what's going on here with the groin, right? But it seems to be something unusual, right? So you see the masculine thighs and calves, right? So look at the musculature, look at the strong jawline, the set of the lips, the nose, and the look, the eyes, all right? So keep that in mind as we move over to first, what I want to, of course, look at the Rothschilds, or David Rothschild with Marina Abramovic, the witch that basically does the spirit cooking and all that stuff. So here they are together. Marina Abramovic, occultist witch, poses with Jacob Rothschild in front of the painting, Satan summoning his legions. The one I just showed you. All right, Rothschild. And Marina Abramovic, who does the spirit cooking, where they we're not really doing human sacrifice here. This is just cake. And we have someone with their face there that's underneath that has it there. And we're not cannibals. No, we're just it's just all for fun. That's why we're doing all the spirit cooking. So no, they're cannibals. We all know this. They sacrifice, and this is something that these people do, right? And we're starting to see it, and they like to sacrifice, as we know, little ones. All right, so here is, of course, the Statue of Liberty, and look at that. It's on a star fort. It's on a star fort. All right. So you look at the rays, 7 rays. Look at the masculine arm. Look at the jawline, the nose, the lips. Looks very familiar, doesn't it? Doesn't it? All right. Another thing that I want you guys to see, which once you see it, you can't unsee it, is that penis that Lucifer's holding. All right. Right, that inverted penis. Yeah, it's just, I know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, so there's 7 rays there, and of course, Mithras has the 7 rays as well, and you can look at that and find that all over the place. So let's look at star forts. Let me pull that one up. So exciting, right? Exciting information. It's fun to learn, isn't it? It's fun to learn with Mike. All right. Maybe not so much. I don't know. So here we go. Star forts. Star forts. Fort McHenry. Let's look at Fort McHenry. Star fort. Remember what the Statue of Liberty's on, a star fort. All right, that's a mock-up of Fort McHenry, where the Star Spangled, that wasn't a star. Well, it is for us. I guess we stole it. All right. Yeah. I guess we stole it from those crazy people. All right. All right. So images of star forts all over the place. Star forts around the world, because they are around the world. Let's see it. Here they are. I mean, these are star forts in Europe. So obviously there's something going on around here. Right? There's other star forts. These are all over the world. And St. Petersburg, there's a star fort there. I've been to it. I've been to the one down in Fort Lauderdale, the tip of Fort Lauderdale. There's another one, Fort McHenry or Fort Jefferson, I think. And these have been found all over the world, all over the United States, all over the United States. It's impressive. Some of them haven't been dug up or excavated or so forth. Are they energy? I believe they are. Did they have another use for them at some other point in time? Again, I believe so. But these star forts are everywhere. This is Netherlands. So all through the Netherlands, Amsterdam. So you can go all over the world, like I said, Europe star cities. So they have whole cities that have been built on these star forts. Whole cities, right? So more stuff that they are hiding from us and manipulating and keeping the true information from us. All right. Now the weather. now that I'm out of Florida. Woo, got out of there. Right? I felt it was going to be tight, and it looks like it might be, unfortunately. So let's look at what's coming for the weather. Again, let's keep our prayers up. Let's hope that this doesn't happen. That we don't get crazy weather like we did last year. Although I feel that it is coming. I've already predicted that there were going to be several 5+ hurricanes are going to hit Florida and Texas and New Orleans. So we'll see. So this is what the weather is looking like over the next several days. This is today. All right, so it's Florida down here, and you're going to see things get real hot. So you're seeing the water boiling, right? This is over the next several days. See how it's rotating. I think there's going to be some big stuff coming in, guys. So this is over the next, all the way into the 7th of July. And just lots of weather and hot. As you guys are seeing right now, I drove across a chunk of the United States over the last couple of days. It's super hot, right? It's like really hot right now, but it's supposed to cool back down. But I think it's getting hot, and we're going to get some energy from the sun. There's been a lot of energy coming off the sun. That's going to induce probably, I believe, maybe 1, 2, maybe even as many. No, I don't want to go 3. But I think we're probably going to see a couple super volcanoes go, right? I think one is going to be in Europe. They're evacuating certain areas of Europe already that are having massive earthquake activity. We've talked about this already. I'm not going to go into detail about this now, but it's getting crazy. Come to Texas. No, I'm going to high ground, guys. Going to high ground, right? But in a place where I think it's going to be safe going forward. Not ultimately. I think you're going to have to use your intuition. You could be in a safe place now, and then you may have to move later. Naples, Italy has some very might have some troubling times going forward. Might have a super volcano going off there. So, where's the other one? Remains to be seen. Could be Yellowstone. For years, everybody's like, is Yellowstone going to go off? I was like, no. And now I'm like, possibly. Right? So I don't think it is, but there is more of a possibility now than there has been for a long time. But I think it's probably going to be somewhere along the coast of the Pacific coast, somewhere out there. Who knows what it's going to be. We're going to get volcanoes, but super volcanoes. I don't know where the second one's going to go off. I think the first one's over there in Naples, but we'll see. Again, prayer does have massive effect on this stuff, guys. Like I've talked about frequently. Now, we've also talked about how we have to get rid of the deep state judicial system. It has to be taken down. It is moving. It's moving that direction. The Supreme Court has basically given Trump the go-ahead to stop the BS where anyone can come to America and have a birth and that person's a citizen now. No, it should never have been that way. It's if you have one U.S. citizen that is part of that birth, right? So the father or the mother are both ideally, but if one of them is a U.S. citizen, and you could birth anywhere in the world, you could birth here in America, you could birth anywhere in the world, that's going to be a U.S. citizen child. But if you have two people that are not U.S. citizens that come here to America and have a child, that should not be a U.S. citizen child. That's bullshit. And that's what they've been getting away with for a long time, right? So that's part of what's changing. President Trump, got the go-ahead from the Supreme Court. that can be pushed out to the 50 states now. We're going to see the leftist, I guess the people that push the Satan Statue of Liberty, the Satanic Statue of Liberty in New York Harbor, and the basically whatever that friggin' song is, that's our song for America. Jeez, I don't even want to say it anymore. It's like, God, is everything compromised? Come on, got to be something that's right. But we're definitely seeing a lot of anomalies that are coming to the forefront, and basically this takes down the deep state. Deep state obviously is trying to push illegals coming in. They like illegals coming in because they're part of slavery. Go look at the ankle bracelet that's on the Statue of Liberty. Yeah, it's like she's shackled. All right. So Lucifer wants his minions to be shackled to him. Right. So that's another indication, right, that these guys are all about slavery. They don't want you to think for yourself. They want you to just be. They'll tell you what to do, and you do it. Right. That's a good slave. Good job. Good slave. Right. That's why they brought into New York, where they're trying to elect a communist, which is basically slavery of the people. It's not freedom for the people. They want to take from the rich and give to the poor. No, they want to steal from the rich that have worked their asses off to make that money, and give it to people that 30% of the people that voted for the one guy that's the Democrat nominee now, that is very suspect, in a lot of different ways. He is probably going to get elected there in New York. And New Yorkers are probably like, no way in hell. Yeah, that's what everybody said about Gavin Newsom, in the recall votes. Right? No way in hell is he going to win. But he did. Wow. Amazing, right? So this guy, I think, is being positioned. He's being chosen, just like Joe Biden was chosen. So it's not looking good for big cities. Because I've said, that guy will be like a domino. He goes off, then you're going to have mayors like that. Well, we already do have a lot of mayors like that already in the United States, but it will be on another level, because if you can get away with a communist stance like that, it will go big in the other communist Democrat cities, right? And that's just part of that gang, that Dionysian gang, So just have fun, have a good time, and Satan will take care of everything. Right? Satan will take care of everything. Don't worry. Be happy. Drink wine. Have fun. Fornicate. And, if you have a child and you don't want the child, just get it aborted. No big deal. Right? We like that, especially if you're black. Right? So we know that's what they did. Margaret Sanger, it's already been discovered. That's what they wanted to do. And James Webb, who was a journalist, discovered that the CIA came in and did crack cocaine for the black population, because they want to take out more blacks in LA, and had all the Democrats out there say, oh, how dare they? Nothing ever happened. What happened to James Webb, who disclosed all that? He suicided himself with 2 shots in the back of the head. All right. So, and I guess in LA, you can do that. Like we're seeing now. Same thing in LA, same criminal activity. All right. So we still have the same problems in a lot of these cities. LA, New York, Chicago, Miami, Detroit. Jesus. Detroit. Is Detroit still a city? Not really. Doge cancels hundreds more wasteful contracts. So while Elon Musk, strangely, with his black eye, goes into hiding again, I guess, because we're not seeing him again. He came out. He was gone for a couple of weeks. Once they started attacking the Tesla cars, how dare Tesla, clean up America and we don't get all, the Democrats don't get to steal all that money. All right. So how dare they? How dare he do that in his Doge team? And that big balls guy. Yeah, he's only 19. He's got big balls. I don't believe it. Yeah. So yeah, he does. Well, at least that's what he said. He doesn't necessarily have big balls, but he decided to name himself that, big balls. I don't know, because he's like overcoming a lot of stuff, right? So I guess big balls has gone on to greener pastures, right? And all the Democrats and the leftists were like howling with glee because he left. They're like, I got fired. No, he went to Social Security to clean up that bullshit. All right. And you seniors will be happy about that because looks like they're going to start cutting Social Security unless something happens. So yeah, he's going over there to clean house. All the illegal aliens that are here, they're going to, get their Social Security checks taken back away from them. And all the people that are probably all over the world that are getting Social Security checks that are dead. It's crazy. So they're going to fix that so that, seniors don't have to lose money, right? They don't make enough money as it is. So Doge cancels hundreds more wasteful contracts while Elon Musk is in hiding again. So he came out and talked bad about President Trump, and now he's gone quiet again. Doge remains committed. Now that I've said this, probably he'll be out tonight. Doge remains committed to identify the heinous number of wasteful contracts and the stunning amounts of fraud across our federal government and its hundreds of unconstitutional agencies. So they're continuing their work. It says over the last 7 days, agencies have terminated 312 wasteful contracts. So Doge is not going away. They're still cranking it out, guys. They're still doing good work. And they're not going to stop as long as President Trump is there, I promise you. So they've saved another $2.8 billion, $470 million here, 286,000 professional management development contract for an entrepreneurship course at Harvard University. So some of this wasteful money needs to be exposed. That's going to fund, that when they cleaned up the LA, from the LA fires and Lahaina, the cleanup is taking $1.5 million per lot. Can you imagine if you gave me $1.5 million, I'd clean the lot up I'd clean up myself, right? And then I'd take that $1.5 million and build a magnificent home. You talk about waste, fraud, and abuse. Wow. So the group that's got the contract for that, guys, somebody needs to look at that hard. All right. So not only do they burn these houses down, they're doing more of that. So there's more of these fires that are going on. Alaska, California, and I think Utah, there's more suspect fires where houses basically go to dust and like white powder. So porcelain, like I've talked about, you look at all these fires like in LA and Lahaina and Paradise, you look at all those lots that are basically just dust. The porcelain, let me look it up because I don't want to get it wrong. But porcelain burns a lot. It takes a lot more to burn porcelain than an average house fire. Porcelain melting point. You guys can look at this stuff up too, right? And so get familiar with it. Probably a lot of you guys are, because I've brought this up several times. Porcelain melt point. It's like dustification point. Jesus. The melting point of porcelain typically ranges from 3,092 to 3,272 degrees Fahrenheit. All right. So what's the average temp of a house fire? Average temp house fire. Look it up. Don't always depend on me. Just do it yourself and look at it, and you'll be like, what? Average house fire. All right. Average temp for house fire, 1,000 to 1,500 degrees Fahrenheit. That means that you're going to have at least more than 2 times the average house fire temperature to basically burn porcelain. How about marble? I haven't even looked at that one yet. Like a lot of these people have marble counters, and geez, guys, this is insane. And so they've had pictures that looks like there's some kind of like bubble, some kind of something that's going on, some kind of energetic that's going on in these houses, where you see like some kind of bubble that's around some of these areas of the house. So there's something else that's going on in these houses that's far beyond probably the directed energy weapon. So there's something else that's, we've discovered directed energy weapon stuff long ago. We figured it out all the way back in 9/11 with the Twin Tower and Building 7 collapse. So we know that there was directed energy weapons used there, and we just assume that it's the same thing going on in all these other fires, but there's something else going on that we're going to discover, just like we discovered those CGI, those planes like just fly into those buildings and disappear and then blow up. They disappear in the building, then boom, explosion, and then the building falls into its footprint. It doesn't fall like this side of the building over here where where all the flame and heat and fire were. It doesn't fall on that side. It falls just pancake. Boop, 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 boop. And then you see all this molten metal that's pouring out from a thermite that's cutting, some of those those pillars and so forth. We know all this stuff. It's like it's nothing new, right? But what is new, there's some kind of new technology. The smart meters and all that kind of stuff is creating some kind of field of energy in these houses. And we're seeing, like, I saw some of these fires. I think it was in Apple Valley. I don't know if it was in California. I have to look it up. Apple Valley, California. That would suck if it happened in Apple Valley. I'd love to go there and get cider, apple cider, and so. And hopefully that's not there, but wherever it was Utah, California's had more fires. But when I looked at the fires that they've had, it's the same thing, where you have basically the glass of these cars is gone. It's gone. It's not melted. It's gone. Crazy stuff. And there's like so that this glass doesn't shatter, there's like this plastic coating. It's see-through, of course, but there's some kind of plastic coating that's on or ingrained with this glass so it doesn't shatter. That, because it's plastic, as we know, you put plastic in a microwave, it doesn't melt, but it somehow does liquefy to a certain extent, but it's left. That is what's left, but the glass is gone. It's like just powdered, right? And there's like, it's like, where did the fuel come from for this? Because there's like, there's still grass there, untouched. There's gravel that goes up to some of these houses that are burned to nothing. The only thing left is stone. And if there is steel there, it's warped like crazy. But again, the porcelain's gone, marble, everything else gone, dishwasher, washing machines gone, completely gone, right? So that's got a lot of aluminum in it. So the melting point of aluminum's got to be up there too. Probably a little bit lower than steel, of course, but it's up there, guys. So this is insane. We haven't defeated the deep state. It's still going. And Star Spangled Banner, it's in our face. Now we're seeing it's all compromised, and we're still playing all those tunes. It's okay, because we have drafted it to be a certain meaning for us, but just knowing that it was implemented as FU to the American people, it kind of sucks, right? Just like the Statue of Liberty that I don't know. How long is it going to take for that Luciferian thing to get taken down? I don't know. Probably going to be a while, right? So almost everybody knows about it. Almost everybody knows about 9/11, Bush family, all that. Any Bush family members been like, brought up on charges yet? Right? Because that little boy Bush, he was definitely part of that, right? And then all those other people that were in the government and Pentagon and CIA, FBI, there's a lot of people knew about that, right? And not just that one, but a lot of other stuff. JFK, RFK, they've been. All right, Pam Bondi acts as J6 prosecutors in horrifying purge. Horrifying. No, for us, it's like about damn time, right? So it's moving in the right direction so that we can bring these people that were part of and still are part of destroying America and people. I wonder how many people, they, turn to dust in those homes in Paradise, in LA, and in these homes that are being burned now. How many people being dustified? They're missing. No, they're dead. You dustified them, right? Maybe that's why they have like $1.5 million to clean up one lot, because they have to come in and there's all this radiation from all that. Because I know that there's radiation from all. That's why they keep people away from those sites, because whatever they're using creates a very high level of radiation, right? We've seen that. We saw that at 9/11. That's why a lot of people got sick and they blamed it on asbestos. No, it was from all the radiation from whatever technology they use to basically take those buildings down. Whatever technology they're using right now to, whether it's Colorado, whether it's, you name the city at this point where they're like, dustifying, homes and cars and all that kind of stuff. That stuff becomes very toxic. And maybe that's why you have these groups that are coming in and getting paid this massive amount of, no, I don't think so. Maybe some of that, they're coming in because they have to, you see these guys, they walk around in like biohazard suits. You see that? It's like, what? So they're in biohazard suits when they're doing the cleanup. If they're lucky, because I saw a lot of National Guard types, they were walking around checking stuff out. I bet those guys got a big cancer rate going up pretty soon, unfortunately. So if you're near one of those sites, guys, I would recommend stay clear and maybe bring a Geiger detector and find out. All right. So can we have anybody do that? Like go to some of these sites with a Geiger detector and see if you get like big reads. I bet you do. I bet probably somebody's already done that. Maybe I'm tapping into it. All right. Elon Musk staffer Big Balls joining Social Security Administration, like I talked about. So this guy's like 19, is like a genius. This guy is like, that's amazing. Corstein's moves within the federal government have been carefully monitored and reported on by Wired. So he's a 19-year-old tech genius, came to the forefront of Elon Musk's Doge initiative due to his age and nickname, which drew such mockery online. Even as well, the mockery is on all those people that are mocking him because he's like tearing it up out there. Good man. Keep going. All right. I appreciate you. I salute your work. Good job. Keep it up. Big cojones, man. All right. All right. So now he's going to clean up the Social Security. So that's good. I don't know if I'm ever going to get that, but if I do, that'd be nice. All right. So to actually get something, because they're like those guys that are in LA. There's people in LA right now that are part of the cleanup. They have truckers that have come in. They work in 14, 15-hour days. This is the way the federal government works when you get a contract, when you're a contractor for a federal government, like I did when I was working the CIA. you pay everything up front. Like when I went overseas, I had to buy my own first class or business class ticket, $10,000. And then I had to pay for my insurance, $10,000, in case I get killed, so my family gets something, right? And while I'm over there, I have to pay for all my incidentals. I have to pay for my meals. I have to pay if there's like we're staying at a hotel somewhere. I have to pay for that. Usually that was covered, but I had to pay for my meals. And then at 30 days, I could file a claim for that money. And if my paperwork was perfect, if I was off by 10 cents, which I was one time, and they kicked it back to me after they had it for like a week. It's like, there was one time I worked for 100 days, which is rare. Usually you can extend for another 30 days on top of the 30 days you're there, 45 days, whatever. And so they were hurting. I did this a couple of times. So they were changing their system around. And so a lot of us weren't getting paid. Not a good thing to not pay your security team. Let me point that out to everybody. All right. Not a good thing. All right. So the grumbling in the security groups is not good for those people that we protect. All right. So of course we're professionals and we're like, okay, guys, yeah, we've been here for like, 30 days. And then it was like 60 days. And then we're like, Mike, can you stay? We really need you. It's like, okay, but guys need to pay me. Come on. I was there over 100 days without being paid. And then I had to tell them, guys, I can't afford to be here. I can't afford to be here anymore. Fortunately, I'd had, flown over. I had like, mileage and stuff. So I'm like, guys, I'm going back. I'm not going to stay more than 100 days because you haven't paid me. And a lot of people were talking like they're leaving. And I was the guy that did. And then when I left, guess what? They paid everybody. So thank you. You guys are welcome. And then when I got back there, like they wanted to fire me because I left because I can't afford to stay there. They wanted me to stay. I can't even afford to friggin' eat, knuckleheads. So this is the way the federal government is. All right. So these truckers have been there. They've been working for some of them for 30 days and then they file their claim. And the government hasn't paid them, or this contractor that's getting hundreds of millions of dollars to help clean up LA. And so 2 months gone by, kind of like me, 2 months have gone by. They still haven't been paid. They're working their asses off. They're paying for their fuel and their trucks, their semis, their teams of guys that they have. They're paying them and the government's not paying them. So somebody's pocketing that shit, right? So this is what we're up against, guys. Fraud, abuse on a massive level, right? And it's not going to stop until more of us call attention to it, like Star Spangled Banner. That's bullshit. That's bullshit, all right? And some people are like, I don't care. I don't care. Whatever, Mike. Statue of Satan in the harbor and a star fort. What the fuck's that? I don't care. So that's why we got this bullshit going on, because people don't just give a F. They just like, I don't care. I don't care. All right. Well, we'll see when you're like, you and your family don't have any money. So coming, I think. Sad, but coming, right? So yeah, they eventually paid me, but man, I went through some shit. They were going to fire me, and then guys had to stand up for me that had worked with me. It was like, what bullshit, So that's the way this, and maybe those guys are like complaining. The government's like, what are you complaining about? We're not even going to use you now, and F it, we're not going to pay you because you complained. Like, what? So they've worked for like over 2 months and spent all this money. Yeah, I know how that is. I know how it is. I feel for these guys, and you should too. So anywhere, yeah, hold my beer. Hold my beer. Boom. What? Oh, boom. So yeah, I need that hand so I can knock the hell out of you, right? Throat chop you, poke you in the eye, throat chop you. And then when you bend over that neck, chop your neck and bring my knee up at the same time. and just like guillotine you, right? So this is some of the stuff we're looking at, guys. We need to be aware going into the future that these guys might pull something. Be super aware. Stay in the love vibration. You know how that works. You get fearful, they're gonna own you, right? They're gonna own you, and you're not. If shit goes bad, you're not gonna survive it. You won't survive it, right? So you have to stay in that love vibration. Yeah, you see me, I get a little heated, but I'm still very functional, right? When I'm focused like that, right? Yeah, eye poke. It's like eye poke, throat chop, knee in the groin all at once, right? I multi targets, and it could be that guy gets an eye poke, that guy gets a knee, and that guy gets a throat chop, right? So I'm just a moving blur when I get motivated, right? So it's going to get crazy. I've been saying it. You guys know that's going to get crazy because we're seeing the deep state, even though they effed us with the Star Spangled Banner and the Statue of Liberty and 9/11 and Lahaina and LA, and we still can win. Right? We still can win. And that's the beauty of this. So stay in love vibration. Snap in the neck. That's right. S.L. Sully. You know the game. You know the deal. And so that's where we win, because we're in that love vibration. They're in fear and anger, which is lower vibrational frequency, and we defeat them. I've talked about how I defeated them. Send them lots of love, and it basically brings them to their knees, and then they go bye-bye. All right. So, all right, guys, lots of love, and I'll talk to you guys next time.